This forest breathes. Welcome to episode 11, where the canopy hides our sanctuary and the woodland claims our soul. Life finds a way. A mother ewe and her lambs graze, a gentle reminder of the wild rhythm we seek to harmonize with. Harmony needs shelter. The elder seals the black roofing felt, locking out the forest damp with precise beads of adhesive. His thumb presses the seam, forcing the sealant deep into the fibers. No gaps, no mercy for the rain. This is how you build a fortress against the elements. Stepping into the half-born cabin, the older builder clears scattered timber. The roof is secure, but the bones still need shaping. Yellow tape stretches across the rough-hewn frame. Every millimeter matters here. The window isn't just a hole in the wall, it's the cabin's eye to the wild. He drills pilot holes, then drives long screws to lock the sill in place. Now the heavy artillery. Two massive door panels lie side by side, waiting to be bound together into a shield thick enough to keep the forest at bay. Cold meets rough timber. Heavy hinges are set, screws driven deep to bear the oak door's crushing weight. The younger builder helps lift the heavy door into place. Inside, a metal bolt is fitted to lock it from within. With the hinges finally anchored, the elder craftsman pushes from the inside. The heavy timber swings smooth and silent, a perfect balance of mass and mechanics. Up on the ladder, the son braces the frame against the wind. Below, the father reads the plumb line, tapping the wood until the massive door hangs dead true in its opening. But the forest provides more than just timber. Deep in the emerald undergrowth, the younger forager harvests wild garlic, while his terrier, Jax, patrols the perimeter. Back at the stump, a sharp blade reduces the fresh green leaves to a fine, pungent mince. This isn't just a garnish, it's the wild flavor of the woodland, ready to elevate the feast. The blade slices the steak, revealing a blushing center. Resting on the board, it bears the fire's mark. Sitting on makeshift chairs, the two builders finally break their fast. The first proper meal at the cabin shed isn't just food, it's a victory lap carved out of sweat and sawdust. The younger explains the cut, noting his father's preference for well-done meat. A small compromise in the wild where every bite is earned. The elder pauses, tasting the sharp, unfamiliar bite of the wild garlic for the first time. But his attention quickly shifts to Jax, who is eyeing the meat with dangerous intent. A dark joke hangs in the air. Did the dog just claim the garlic? Laughter breaks the tension as they share the absurdity of their woodland life. Between bites, the younger tallies the day's conquests. The door and windows are up, a massive leap forward, proving that even the fiddliest pallet wood can be tamed. The elder reflects on his massive haul, 14-foot engineering pallets, stripped and saved. It's not just free timber, it's the perfect pale ash-matching canvas for their grand design. Celebration calls for a toast, but supplies are thin. With only one can of Abbott ale, this hard-earned reward must be split. The tab cracks, releasing the rich, malty scent of the ale. Reading the label's promise of tasting good in windy conditions, they brace against the forest gusts and pour their share. The elder raises his foam-crowned cup, his mustache a natural filter. He drinks, letting osmosis work, turning simple ale into a masterclass in facial hair engineering.
As an age with a moustache, I can actually absorb it like osmosis through my moustache first before I get down to the liquid.
It's a filter.
It's like a filter feeder. I'm a filter feeder.
Meanwhile, Jax's unwavering stare is locked onto the elder. The younger points out the obvious. The dog knows exactly who holds the keys to the meat stash, and it isn't him. The father dangles steak, playing along. The younger laughs, exposing the truth. The old man is hopelessly wrapped around the dog's paw.
He's got you to.
If at home, I normally, he's going to love that piece. Oh.
That's it, pull it, go on.
Is that your finger went with it?
It's a real chewy, don't. Oh, no, chew it.
The last scrap disappears into the terrier's jaws. Jax spins in a circle, realizing the feast is over, while the two builders share a final satisfied laugh as the fire burns down. The younger shows the new folding flap, a clever window that turns the wall into a blind for watching wildlife. In the tight space, they lift the heavy solid wood panel into place. The drill whines, driving screws home. The younger lifts the panel, testing the hinge's swing. A long wooden prop locks window open, framing the wild woods like a living painting. Up on the roof, the elder passes long fascia boards to his son above, who secures the cabin's crown. The elder checks the post, ensuring it stands perfectly plumb. Down at ground level, the entrance demands respect. Two massive raw log stumps are dragged into place, forming the unyielding foundation for the cabin's new threshold. The saw cuts the beam to size. The elder kneels, driving long spikes with a maul to lock the step's frame. Thick, bark-edged boards are laid across the frame. The younger shifts his weight, grinding the timber into place, ensuring every footfall on this new staircase will be solid and true. Kneeling in the dirt, the elder braces the side skirt board. The steps are no longer just wood, they are a bridge between the forest and their sanctuary. The drill drives the final screw home. The entrance stands complete. Time to boil the kettle. A match strikes. Tinder catches in the stove base, a small fire born to fuel their next ritual. The kettle sits on the flames. Heat draws the fire up, and soon a thin trail of steam curls from the spout. The water boils. Gloved, the younger lifts the kettle, pouring steam into dark mugs, heat cutting the cool air.
Splosh. It's gonna look nice to put it that way.
Yeah, Dad.
Day 2. 2 short days, but every hour counts against the fading light. The windows and door are finished, all crafted from pallet wood that the older man had carefully prepared back in his garage. Flashed back to the garage where imperial and metric measurements clashed, feet and inches wrestling with millimeters in a battle of precision.
Do we doing the fail-proof?
I think with the door and window you need to be quite specific, but what I'm going to do is run over some footage in a minute after this and just voice over probably what Dad did.
Yes.
50 years of wisdom guide the older man's hands as he shows how to break down a pallet. Not the brutal way that leaves you splintered, but the clever technique preserving wood and sanity. The young builder gestures to the fascia boards along the roofline, defining the cabin's silhouette against the woodland sky before staining for protection. On the roof, angled cuts shaped precise fascia wrapping 3 sides, while the back remained open to let rainwater cascade down freely.
Corners just with a bit. That was the last 4 pieces that we had from when we were doing the studs and the noggins. That was the last 4 pieces. So we thought, we knew when we were putting the cladding up to leave a gap, we wanted to be able to put some cornering in, and it's actually worked out pretty well.
Dark oak stain sweeps across the fascia, giving the cabin's edges depth and contrast against the forest green. 10 years of protection disguised as beauty. The exterior cladding stays natural, as paint would erase the live edges that define each board's unique character. The older man agrees. Coat it all in brown and you'd get a featureless blob, losing the contrast of natural edges against the dark frame.
Wanted along here, which edge really?
Well, that's part of the ash tree, the majestic ash tree that was down over there in the other end of the woods. That, I feel like it wouldn't be doing it justice if we painted it. So we're going to keep it all natural.
He chooses linseed oil to preserve the wood's natural color and protect its dry, weathered surface. Twigs feed the kettle as steam rises, marking a quiet pause for the 2 craftsmen nursing burns from their fumble. They laugh at the slapstick spill, a Benny Hill moment that bonds them. Finally, tea pours, warming their tired hands.
Sketch, wasn't it? So yeah, we've got a cup of coffee, cup of tea, and we're just finally, we rarely relax.
7 hours of hammering and hauling with only a 5-minute sandwich break have left the older man's body aching. Yet his pride in the work burns brighter than the kettle's fire. Buried in the struggle, you miss the beauty taking shape. Only when the last nail is driven does the reward unlock.
A lot of the builds that you do,
until it's finished, that's when, I mean, I love building it, but until it's finished, that's when you can really enjoy it. So we're very much externally pretty much there.
Yeah.
He points to the box frame, a choice that wasn't strictly needed but set the stage for the panel's upward lift. This panel rises vertically like a wildlife hide flap, framing an unobstructed view of the forest's secret life. A simple bolt secures the recycled pallet wood, proving survival needs no expensive hardware. A wry joke about bears draws a quick correction. The biggest threat in these woods is the badger. The bolt handles both with ease. From outside, the older man lifts the heavy pallet board and bolts it down. The young builder admires those impossibly wide engineering pallet boards that made this design possible. 6-inch pallet boards, rare and wide, fitted with precision, every inch earned through careful selection.
They're 5 and 6 top there, so it's not going to work both ways. And as you see, swings perfectly, which for us is unusual.
Stacked, offcuts scattered, the organized chaos of a project still evolving. The older man gestures at the pile, already seeing what comes next. A massive knot defines this board, destined for a dining table. Such fine timber deserves more than cladding. It drops, bolts on, awaiting its true purpose. 2 sturdy ash steps bridge the gap, a simple design that spares the older man's knees from the daily 2-foot drop into the cabin. Natural curves and live edges remain, not planed away. The steps show a beautiful arc no machine could make, inviting the foot up in a design celebrating imperfection. Live edge is preserved, the final piece crowns a storage unit that honors the tree's natural form. The offcuts beneath the cabin won't go to waste. A fire is coming, a cook-up to celebrate, clearing space for the next chapter. The older man envisions a wood store beneath the raised floor, sheltered by crossway supports and ash boards. Even unfinished, the cabin offers more, with his next project already taking shape in his mind.
I have to be able to get hold of some. Start by loosening the intermediate joist with a sledgehammer. First one side and then the other.
A wood scrap leverages the angle, prying nails straight out. A firm stomp ensures clean extraction, sparing the timber. Boards separate, nails rising straight. The 4x2 scraps aren't trash, they're tools for easier extraction, and the older man saves every piece.
Save the scrap. The actual, the heads will pull through the wood. A majority of them will come out nice and clear, and you don't splinter.
A scrap of wood beneath the nail head turns brute force into leverage, letting the fulcrum do the work. The nail slides out clean and straight. 50 years of experience distilled into one scrap, proof that the smartest tool is the one between your ears.
Pretty straight. And I use a reciprocal saw to run along the inside edge of that main, I'm going to call it joist. It's a
Pencil meets wood as he marks the height, width, and depth for Mike's window. Measurements transferred from memory to timber with practiced ease. The pieces form a flat pack window kit ready for the cabin. A forgotten pallet becomes precision-crafted joinery. Exhausted but grateful, the young craftsman thanks viewers for following the journey. He reveals a leather wallet with built-in match slots, a clever tool for the woods. A match slides from its leather cradle, strikes the pad, and ignites a backup needing no gas or batteries. Into the pocket it goes, small enough to forget it's there, complete enough to save your evening when the rain comes down and the lighter dies. Minimalist by design, life-saving by necessity, and always within reach. The website appears as he offers his final thanks to viewers. The old man waves outdoors from the background, smiling.
Along on the journey.
The cabin fades to black, leaving only the scent of fresh timber and the echo of hammers.